We'll have to keep it relatively PG-13 then. All right, so we'll go over our market overview. We haven't looked at the Fear and Greed Index from CNN, but I think we should. We'll look at the yield curves for the day and look at our other news articles. We got to check out swaggy stocks, see what the Robinhood crowd's doing. And of course, we'll talk gold and a lot of China news, especially with next week's summit. So pretty jam-packed session. So yeah, cool. Let's get started with the almanac. All right. So again, it is the number 2 S&P in down month since 1950, number 3 for the NASDAQ since 71. It's typically the start of the best 6 months of the year, and NASDAQ's best 8 months and 3-month cycles. The simple timing indicator almost triples the best 6-month strategy and doubles NASDAQ's best 8. Day before and after Thanksgiving Day combined, only 17 losses in 68 years. And week before Thanksgiving, the Dow was up 19 of the last 27. And in post-presidential election years, November ranks number 3 for the Dow, number 2 for the S&P, and number 3 for the NASDAQ. All right. And let's go to the charts and check out what's cooking. All right. Looks like we kind of found a soft bottom. Yeah. Nice, cautious, crazy dojis here, but yeah, slowly improving. All right. So we are besides we're only down 0.25% at the moment. And let's go to the analytics. All right. So put call ratio for this is let's see, 2.19. That's a little bit spicy. And as you see here, these sizzle index numbers are again broken. And let me get our spotlight tool turned on. There we go. Okay. Move this. Sorry, here we go. Spotlight. There we go. Okay. So yeah, the sizzle index, this is basically saying this is run off a 5-day average, and it's saying the call and put side is trading, north of 20x more. And we've seen these same low 100,000 number figures consistently. So there's some really weird back-end problems here that are not fixing consistently. So we should be wary of that. Schwab and Ameritrade have seen better days. Okay, and put call ratio at 2.2, fairly normal. And look, the deltas are stacked in a bit of the low probability side at the moment. So let's keep that in the back of our mind. And meanwhile, let's pivot to SPX with the big boy option contracts. Those are charts. Looks pretty similar. Okay, good. Let's go to the analytics here. 1.3. So it's a bit divergent from the future side. And these numbers look normal. Sizzle index is broken like crazy here. So this is obviously wrong. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Deltas are very stacked on the low probability side as well. But yeah, this is a little unusual here. So it's diverging from the future side. And let's go to the retail side of the house and see what that's looking like. Come on. All right, so retail's about the same as SPX at 1.3. And the index here, or the sizzle index numbers are correct, looks like. Yeah, and the deltas are spread out a little bit more reasonably. All right. And let's go to some other cousin indexes and see how they're shaping up. And let's start with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's doing a little bit better than the S&P. And a little bit more optimistic here overall, 1.261. Delta is a little bit more even as well. And let's pivot to the schizophrenic index of the Russell 2000. It tends to overreact. And Looks like it's pacing for about 2-ish plus times more than the S&P is moving. And today is marked by significant optimism for some reason. The put call ratio likes to live at the 2.3 level, and today we're at 0.722, which is very unusual. Is there anything odd in the charts to justify this? Not really. Lots of still downward momentum and mostly sell-off territory here with on-balance volume. So I'm not sure where this is coming from. We'll just keep a note of that. And just to be safe, let's look at the diamonds with the Dow Jones. This is the index that likes to eat glue in the corner of the room because it's kind of the oddball out. And yeah, 1.16, it tends to be on the more optimistic side as well. But yeah, yeah, so this is a little bit weird then, with all the indexes doing kind of different things. Okay, and we'll keep that in mind. And let's look at the VIX. The VIX has been very busy, as you guys know. Now it's not even drinking age at the moment. So we've seen a collapse on the VIX here, despite the recent highs in the low 20s. And this goes back to Dave's hypothesis of blindly short the VIX. So yeah, this might have been a good case for that. So
Well, so it's not just blindly. You wait for a panic. People are stupid and they've forgotten in a week, and the VIX will be down. That's what sort of the algorithm is.
right.
You know, whatever they were panicking about is forgotten already.
Yeah. And here's my old trend line from COVID that is still holding. That's beautiful. What was the value for this? I think 24.57, mid-August support base, circa 2020. Still holding. That's awesome. Cool.
You think we're back on the bullish side of the market?
I've seen a lot of like stock charts videos that seems to point to that, or a lot of CMTs are making the case for that, and the almanac certainly is optimistic. So yeah, I'm not sure. What's your take, Wani?
I hate to be a bear right now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
bearish
look at
stuff has
the
not worked.
chart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
but
mean, is this a setup for a double top? Like I think there was a convo last night on Discord about the potential sucker rally here. But yeah, it's anyone's guess, really.
yeah.
We probably need some more candles here. Maybe in 2-3 weeks we can have a better idea. But yeah, overall, November has been relatively positive despite like a weak start.
Yeah, maybe a little pullback
Yeah,
and
essentially.
go back up. Yeah.
But yeah, if the length of this curve is any indicator, yeah, we should know in about 2 more weeks. And then yeah, by Thanksgiving we should have a better idea.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. Let's just pivot really quick to CNN and look at their fear index. They have some good data there. Okay, cool. So I saw this number in the low low 30s for a bit. Now it's at 45, so it's improved slightly, but not by much. Let's just glance at their indicators really quick. So they like to look at the overall moving indicators. Sorry, the MAs here. They choose a 125 period here, which is interesting. But by this measure, yeah, it's pacing the average pretty closely. And let's see, I don't really care about this. Market breadth, I think, is a little bit more important. And it's really low here. So that could be a bear sign. And we looked at put call options for all the indexes. Let's see, this is the average 5-day ratio. You know what, let's zoom out really quick and look at the the overall relative historical data with COVID in mind. We haven't looked at this in a couple of weeks, so let's pull this out. Oh no, this is the table. Can't do table format. Let's pull up Y charts. Okay, and to recap again, this is the put call ratio. So it's the dividing bearish contracts by the number of bullish ones, and you get a number. And so back in COVID, pre-COVID, this peaked at 2.87, and then during COVID, where's COVID? Right here, 2.38. So this is the number. The higher number means everyone's trading bearish, and relatively speaking, this is fairly optimistic. Like I don't think it's justified, but we're definitely on the more optimistic side, and yeah, risk off apparently from this, but this could flip at some point. But yeah, so that's the hill data. And so yeah, so relatively in 2019 and 20, we were 3 times as more panicky. Okay. And let's see if there's anything else you want to take a look at. Not really.
Not seen that 3 times thing. That was in 19. Why do you say 19 was panicky?
I don't recall. August 2019, what was happening then? I don't remember. Let's see, financial news. What crisis was happening?
Wild month. That sounds like the description.
Hot August nights. Let's see, China trade relations. Blah 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 blah. Oh, tariffs on China, the 10% tariff. Oh, okay, this is what started. And then so this was, I guess it's the China coupling situation. Okay.
So that's escalation by Trump
Yeah,
on tariffs. Yeah.
which was
Alright.
worse than COVID for the market.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was where I was hung up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Warren, question for you. So if the SPX put call ratio, if the number is higher, it's more bearish.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
more puts than calls.
Correct.
If the numbers are higher.
Correct.
When the number is lower, like today, it's about 1.21.
Right. It's more
So
optimistic.
more calls
Correct.
than puts, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And based on 2020 data, it was a really good prognosticator for the rip your face off rallies and crashes. So if you remember, like in 2020, we had circuit breakers every week in that summer into that fall. So yeah, this was and I was posting this obsessively in Discord back then. So yeah.
Yeah, COVID crash.
Yeah. Cool.
There's also the skew index too. The skew SKEW, the skew index. Some people look at that one also, like above the 135.
Where do we pull that data? It's looks like it's this from the CBOE. Let's see.
I think you can find it on Trading View also.
I don't know as much about this.
Something about if it's above 135. Oh, now it's 139.
Oh, here's some numbers. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's too much data. Here's 1 year. So this paces VIX contracts. I didn't see how this is done.
It's been a long time.
Skewness of a rate of return indicates returns around 0. Negative skewness, blah, 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 estimates the S&P's returns at the end of a 30-day horizon. Similar to VIX, the price of S&P 500 tail is calculated from S&P out of the money options. Skew ranges from 100 to 150.
Okay, so let's just back up. It's how much premium does puts have in addition to normal?
How?
You know, it's You know how puts are always more expensive than calls? You know, there's a higher volatility.
So that's called the skew, the put skew, right?
Yeah,
More
that's
puts.
put skew. And that's
Okay.
CBOE. That's, you know, the options people.
Mm-hmm.
So the higher number indicates higher premium.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
So 100 to 150. So 139 is not low, if that's the right interpretation. Let's see if this has a better chart. Here's 5 years. Where's COVID? So here's August. No, here's August 2019. It's low. Where's COVID? COVID's here. Or is this inverse? Low. This doesn't quite make sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I think
used
it's inversed. Yeah, okay. So inverse is panic mode. High is low panic mode. Where's the GFC data from 2018 or 2008? It doesn't exist. I don't
if
know.
I remember, yeah, if I remember correctly, if it's above 135, you short S&P.
Because
If
it's
it's
going, it's bullish. I see.
Yeah, so if it's below 135, you go long S&P. If it's above 135, you short. Something like that, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I think it's
So
an inverse indicator then. Okay,
yeah,
let me review this and report back later. Let me put this on my homework. Let's go back to our notes.
so like right now it's at 139, which kind of correspond to where SPY is,
Mhm.
the 400, 440 or something like that, right? So you don't want to go long when the skew index is above 135. 130, yeah, 135 or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I may be
Oh,
wrong.
oh no, no worries. Yeah, let me see if I can find some other notable folks that have written like basic strategies for this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
no worries. All right, cool. So kicking off our other news articles, let's see. I got some cool layoff data from our friends at what is it? Layoff FYI. Yeah. Okay. Shocking website. So yeah, if you want to guys take a look, here was the latest email bulletin, and I got the numbers for you here. So here's October. Tech layoffs rose in October after 8 straight months of declines. In total, 73 tech companies laid off 7,000 employees. Qualcomm shed some fats. Let's see, LinkedIn, mostly in R&D, nothing weird there. Flexport, Convoy, we know, we talked about this. This is a trucking company. Lending Club having some problems. Product Hunt, if you guys are in the tech space, especially for like, you know, just cool, fashionable, whatever products and stuff and development tools, Product Hunt was a big deal. And they closed up shop almost. And for all the developers out there, Stack Overflow laid off 100 employees. um, so what Stack Overflow is, it's a large code repository, and just developers post questions and then they get destroyed and chewed up in the comments. And
Have you seen the chart since ChatGPT came online, how the Stack Overflow traffic dived, it went down?
really,
People don't check and post there; they go to ChatGPT.
that's hilarious. Let's go to Google Trends and look that up.
Kind of interesting.
Does ChatGPT write decent code? Okay,
Absolutely.
that's exciting. Let's see, past 5 years. Okay.
If you can't figure it out yourself, it's a it's a good solution.
Okay, maybe past 12 months. When did ChatGPT come online?
11 months ago.
11 months. Okay, so somewhere here. Here's so it should be here then, right?
But can't you check a site to see their actual traffic? Like what? What site shows you traffic to Stack Overflow?
Alexa, not like
Alexa, yeah. Not Amazon.
not Amazon, yeah.
The old Alexa.
What's it called? Amazon, Alexa, sorry, Alexa, website.
Traffic.
Yeah, traffic.
Fuck.
Alexa rank. There we go. Sorry, Alexa rank. Oh, they renamed it. Okay, looks like it's something else. But yeah, let's find the URLs. Stack. Oh, come on. StackOverflow.com. Yeah, is it working? What the hell?
Yeah, don't worry about it. There was an article. They showed
Yeah,
a
yeah,
chart.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, yeah. I think we're on the same idea. Okay. And Google laid off some folks. Okay, no surprise there. Let's see what the cumulative total is. So layoffs from last year to this year. So 164,000 in 2022. 2023 is 2,489. So what is that? 400,000 people? That's a lot of white collar workers. Okay. All right. And I thought this was funny. So we're seeing a lot of weird things like this is Informatica. So CEO boasted a new phase of growth, and then days later fires a huge chunk of the company. And how did they try to spin this? The spokesperson, they had a warrant on the team. They said it was a difficult action aimed to align business efficiencies and focus on long-term success, and added the firm remains confident in their leadership team. So yes, the Matthew principle is hard at work here.
What do they do? What do these guys do?
What's
Informatica? What did they do again? I forgot.
you know, if you've lived in these spaces, these things do happen.
Mhm.
I mean, one of the things that you say, oh, we're going to get growth. Some of that is, income per share. And if you have big old bloated side businesses that should just be destroyed, you potentially just lay them all off. They call them reorgs in bigger companies.
Yeah,
But
it's
there are no jobs to find.
Yeah. Looks like they do just a lot of data routing for cloud services. So they probably live downstream from like Snowflake and Palantir, somewhere in that ecosystem. Okay. And what's our ticker? Let's just double check. Let's look on the bigger charts. INFA. Okay. Let's take a gander. Okay, so they just had earnings, which is where the leadership statement came from. They beat it by 2x. It gapped up big time, and then they started hacking heads off, and investors liked it. Excellent. And they're outpacing the S&P at the moment by 3x. And there's no options market. Can't trade this for diddly. It's all monthly contracts and possible bid-ask spreads. Okay. No worries. Let's go back to our news articles. What other tech news? Number one bozo from the Pacific Northwest is moving to low tax Miami with his disgusting best friend's whorish wife. But yeah.
You're so negative.
Bezos
is not that bad of a guy.
By what metric?
A lot of money.
But yeah, let's see. Bezos is currently the third richest person. Wait, Bernard Arnault. Is
Who's
this
that?
that's Louis Vuitton? Bernard.
He's
Oh.
the CEO of LVMH. Louis Vuitton.
Oh, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, Linda's talked about this guy. He's a very low-key billionaire, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very discreet.
And then Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer. Oh, Larry
Mm,
Ellison,
yeah.
Buffett.
He's gross. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And Larry Ellison is the worst.
yeah.
That guy's a psychopath.
Yes. And our Hawaiian correspondent is busy on an offsite, so he can't chime in. Let's see. Buffett, Page, Zuckerberg, Sergey. Who's Mukesh Ambani? Mukesh Ambani? What is he famous
Dubai.
for? India's
India.
appliance
Oh,
industry. Okay.
right.
Indian Oil. This guy is looks like he's pretty corrupt. No surprises there. So okay, this must be one of the major firms flipping Russian oil to the Europeans. Okay, this guy's got to be involved. He's India's largest taxpayer, largest exporter, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Who else is on the list? Carlos Slim from Mexico
Oh.
owns the New York Times. Who's
Oh, Francois. Not a French person.
Yeah, let's look that. And then there was Jim Walton.
Oh yeah, but I think she's dead.
Oh, it's a woman?
Mhm.
Oh, who's
Françoise.
she?
Oh, L'Oreal.
Oh,
Yeah, she owns the L'Oreal empire. And from
No,
last
she's not dead.
she's not
Okay.
dead.
I thought she was dead.
is she still alive? She's dead or she's alive?
I had no idea. I thought she
Hard
was
to tell.
super old. Let's see. Just do
Italy.
this.
We had a watch list on this. Where did it go? What do we call it? I forgot. Our new makeup watch list. God, sometimes you get too creative and you can't remember it.
Is it lips, nose, and throat, or lips? Yeah.
Yeah, lipstick. Okay. So L'Oreal was the sector leader until I added back in the where did it go? I can't even see it now. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's Estee Lauder. I'm confusing the cosmetic companies. Okay, sorry, false alarm.
I think L'Oreal is American company, right?
No,
It's
Is it?
French?
it's French.
Oh, L'Oreal. Okay. I thought Estee Lauder is French.
Yeah.
I think Estee Lauder is American.
Oh, I got the two mixed up. then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
Oh,
the
okay.
explanation. Liliane Bettencourt was her mom, so she passed away, and Françoise is her heiress. So she's in her 70s now.
That's like paying attention to the aristocracy. Who cares what the princess of whatever in Great Britain is doing this?
Yeah. I don't
Um,
care about the royal family, but I care about the business people. So
Royal-
Estee Lauder is American. Okay.
correct.
I get mixed up between the two of them.
This sounds more French to
Yeah, exactly.
as a
That's marketing.
Yeah. Because Estee sounds a lot more French than
Yeah,
L'Oreal.
They can charge more.
Yeah, exactly. But it's good product though, Estee Lauder. What surprised me is no Chinese billionaires on that list.
let's go back to that. For this cutoff,
I've got a feeling that they want their money to be dark. They don't want to be on the list.
They do
yeah,
not want to be on the list.
yeah.
The guys who have 10,000 apartments in towers, I don't think they really want to be known.
Yeah. How come that no Chinese people in here? No Chinese billionaire. Jack
this is-
Ma.
Yeah, this is rank 1 through 16 or 1 through 15, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
Right.
folks not listed here, right? None of the central banking families are listed here for other reasons. And who's the last guy? Armancio Ortega. I'm not Armancio Ortega. Who is this guy?
They're like Mexican person.
Spanish.
Probably the phone.
Oh, he owns Zara. Oh, okay. And what's Berkshire? Don't know what this is. But he owns Zara and former chairman of the fashion conglomerate.
Oh, Spain.
Yeah. Okay. Second wealthiest retailer. Who's the first? Oh, Walton, the Walton family. Okay, okay. Got it. Okay, interesting. Anything else interesting here? Eric Schmidt from Google also moved to Miami. Okay, got it. Okay. All right, pivoting to domestic news. Let's see. Target CEO warns consumers are tightening up their spending, buying few groceries and toys. And I've also seen some preliminary data that this upcoming Christmas season is not looking very good from the hiring side. And
Oh, really?
lots of quotes. Let's see. Demand worries plague US and European earnings. Oh, whoops, what happened? Sorry. Weak demand mentions during earnings calls. Oh, wow. Okay. No surprises there. What's this? Card spending data has dropped sharply, pointing to downside risk to September retail sales. And this is also due to peaking credit card APR rates. So spending is down for sure. And the strength of the American market is its strong consumer base, which is obviously weakening like crazy. And with that, let's go to the charts and also take a gander at our target stock and see what that is looking like. So for starters, we're looking it's overacting to the S&P a bit. Let's see, we just had earnings. No, we have earnings coming up next week. Excellent.
Next week? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What day do you know? When?
The 15th. So what is that?
15th? Okay.
Wednesday? Yeah.
15, okay.
And looking at the 90-day snapshot, it's been treading water, not really in sell-off or buying territory, but yeah, just basically hugging the zero line. But it has been on a decline. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the theft also play into their earnings.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge. Yeah. And then they're closing a lot of stores also,
Absolutely,
So it's
absolutely.
not good.
No, not at all. Market is not great. I mean, this is just today's snapshot, but put call ratio is almost 0.8. So pretty bearish, and we'll get more bearish. And let's see if we can find anything about target. What did Capri call this? Shrinkage?
Shrinkage.
Let's see. Shrinkage.
Something like $400 million or something. I read.
Oh wow. Let's see. 1 billion.
1 billion at Lowe's.
That because they're
Ah,
like power tools, and that's why they have to lock them up and stuff. Let's see if we can fast forward to Target.
but then they just pass it on to consumers, though.
Yeah, until like it crosses the threshold and they just close down the store. Let's see.
Right.
Target lost about 219 million more to shrink during the 3 months.
Wow.
That's crazy. And if you guys have done retail at all, to make this up, you have to sell like 10 to 20 items for every item that's stolen. It just becomes a nightmare. Yeah.
Do you know what their margin is? What's their profit margin?
Oh, great question. Let's see. Target retail profit margin.
3%?
No, it's much more than 3%.
2.39 for Walmart.
Yeah.
No, well, that's
Wait, where's companies in this sector average 9.63. Online
Ooh.
goes to 7.26. Best Buy is 5.5%. That's better than I expected, actually. For them, let's see, where's Target? Walmart is 2.39.
That's small for Walmart.
Yeah, where's Target? Don't see it here. Where's Target? Target. We don't want operating profit margin. We want retail gross. What is it? Oh, here we go. Gross margin 2022. Any guesses? 8, 9%?
Oh, 4%. Because it have to in line with Walmart. Walmart's only 2.3, right?
This is gross margin. Is this apples to apples? I'm not sure. 23.6 seems it seems different. Target margin.
You know, you guys putting numbers that sounds like China. China has no margins. US wants like 40% margin. That's the business model of the United States. You got to have a lot of fat to waste.
That's fair. 4.8.
4.8, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it said. More than 3 percentage point the last year.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go on to more depressing domestic news. All right. My alter ego is here stacking a pile of cash. Let me drop this in the chat.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah. And Buffett is quite the complicated character. So in 2005, he knew, I mean, from his driver's seat, he knew about the Wachovia disaster that affected WAMU and triggered the that era's mortgage crisis. And he would go and talk to the big heads on TV and just encourage America to buy a piece of America and buy like the SPY. And while he's doing that, he's closing out all of his positions and going to cash. So yeah, that particular Warren cannot be trusted. He's quite the snake now. All right. And let's see, we got here's a cash comparison of Apple versus Berkshire. What? Oh, hi, Rob.
Yeah. You said there was a something said there a minute ago that tripped the trigger. You said he cannot be trusted.
Oh, okay, I see.
Trusted to tell me the truth about investments? Why should he? We're not on the same team. He's on his team, I'm on my team. It's in his best interest to get me to make the wrong move.
Right.
I agree. Yes.
So when he
have a
tells
lot of buyers to absorb the sellers.
I mean, accepting his statements without understanding his motives is a bit naive.
Oh no! I'm with you. I just disagree with his perceived PR impressions of being this jolly old grandfather from Omaha.
What's there to disagree with? We never believe PR.
Yeah,
we don't. But I think
Other people do. Other people don't know.
Other people don't pay my mortgage. They're not on my team.
Right.
I
That's
don't care if
true.
other people are stupid and believe Warren's PR lies.
Right.
well,
Me too.
if they start wars, come on, you have to pay attention to what other people think.
Why?
Well, because you need to know where the stupid money is, and you need to make sure that they don't break everything.
Well, I know where the stupid money is. It's the people who believe in his PR.
Well, what I'm saying is, I still have this theory that half our in the world problems is people who are basically breaking things on purpose. You're either allowing a complete idiot to make decisions, or you really are breaking things on purpose. So you have to pay attention to what other people think, and you have to hammer them down if they're thinking wrong.
And then we just do the opposite. Is that right?
No.
Depends, but but we should get ready for the opposite.
Get ready for the opposite. Yes, get ready.
Yeah.
So when they're saying that he's piling cash, $157 billion, I mean, he just can't have that cash sitting around doing nothing, though, right?
Collecting the 4.5%.
Well, it's just to me, this is a clue that he's gone to, and he's implementing his defensive strategies. So, and then he's not an options doofus either.
Right.
So he'll do interesting things. So we'll have to look to his next publication of his 13F just to kind of figure out what he's doing at the moment. But that might be a little bit.
So what
Well, so there's always
defensive?
been a trade-off, interest rates returns versus stock returns. So
Right.
anytime you have high interest rate returns, you know, the risk-free rate is high. You're
Well, maybe he just buy bonds, he buy treasuries, and 5%. That's
yeah, he doesn't
pretty
live in
good.
that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And don't forget his crown jewel of Geico has moved out of California. They've abandoned all of the physical stores in California already.
Oh,
Now that's surprising.
Yeah. So the reason for that is
Right.
California is really hard to underwrite. There's I guess inflation in the liability side as well to a certain extent.
right.
Yeah, it sucks.
I heard something like even State Farm, right? Also
Correct.
not,
There's only
yeah,
carriers left to get home insurance, and the whole
you can't
industry
get,
collapsed.
exactly.
Yeah, and then same thing for cars. And with the car situation, it's a little bit less obvious, but they've implemented waiting periods for multiple carriers in California. So
For auto insurance? Is that what
correct.
you're saying?
Correct. So the reason for that is if you need it today, like you absolutely need auto insurance today, you're probably a
Mhm.
very high risk driver, because the better drivers with better records, they move slower, they're less volatile, like there's less beta, right, in a bad driver.
But I
Doctors
thought you
for
can't,
sure.
I thought you can't drive your car registered without the insurance. Or
Well,
you can?
the legals don't know that, and they also don't care. They're driving $500 beaters, and if they get pulled over, they park on the highway and run away. And
Mhm.
Cars still start, Juanie. I don't understand the question.
No. Well, my question was like, in order for you to get to register your car, do not you have to have a car insurance first?
Yes, but it doesn't renew every day.
Oh, that's true.
Cancel your insurance the day after you're registered.
Oh,
Come on.
oh, okay, got it. Do people do that?
Come on. Think.
I don't know.
Yes.
They do?
Gosh, Wani, there's even a market for registration tags,
Oh,
like stolen registration tags. Like I've sat next to like dumb kids that don't look like my skin color, that
mhm.
on the back of their phone they have like a stolen registration tag on it, just so whenever they drive whatever blah blah blah's car, they just put it on the back, and when they're done they take it back off and leave it on their phone.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
So that system has to change, because that kind of,
It's like
I
stealing
mean,
in stores. You have to push the penalties. We should ship our crime-filled prisons to the third world.
We're doing it to New York City, and New York City
We should
is
start prisons in Bangladesh and make it really horrible, so people stop doing crime, because they don't want to end up in that prison in Bangladesh.
right. Or China.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Get rid of registration. It's silly.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
agree. Why do we need to register our car?
To keep you a servant.
That's right.
Well, there are also problems with inconsistent state laws. For example, in Oregon, if you have a trailer for your vehicle that's below a certain size, you don't have any requirement to register it with the DMV. So what happens is people steal those trailers, they go across the border into Washington State and then register them with the Washington State DMV. And now you can't get your trailer back unless you have some real proof that it was yours to begin with.
I love the
Mhm.
states having different laws. Maybe Oregon will solve their problem a different way.
Mm. What's the percentage of people who drive with insurance and no insurance? Is it like half and half, or do we
Well,
know?
So that's a great question. So then the better question is, how many illegals are in America? And I've seen various figures.
10 million.
In
Could be as
California,
high as 13, I think.
13 in California only? I don't
Uh,
know. 5 million?
it's 30,
25 million.
30 to 60.
30?
Yeah, 30
Yeah,
to
the
60.
number's up to 40 million. It's huge.
Well, it's 11 million illegal immigrants have
That-
come
that-
into America.
Well, that's the ones that they counted. And
Oh, okay.
so,
Yeah, yeah,
so
see.
and this is a recent number. This is
Yeah,
just
that's
from,
why you
yeah. And then
Where,
like,
where did,
is Ross here? Ross is not here. Ross brought up the point, I think like 2 months ago, that a significant amount of illegals are Indians.
really?
Right. So like, here's the number here, like 500,000 of this 11 million are from India. And then,
Wow.
but their hustle's a little bit different. They just overstay. And then, yeah. And then they join the, that H-1B indentured servant class, unfortunately. And then, yeah, it's a different hustle. But yeah, we don't have time to dive into this. But yeah, but just, yeah, so the correct number, yeah, it could be 10 to 60, maybe 10 to 70 million. So yeah, it's a significant
Wow.
amount.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and then
And I saw a video or something about like all these illegal immigrants
Mhm.
put here by the UN. And they're here, they got their car, they got their phone, they got everything.
Yeah, and it's all proven that Europe just totally hosed Europe. I mean,
yeah.
there's no reason why we ever should have done this really stupid thing, but the globalists have always loved this stuff, and it totally screwed Europe. So, we got to have the Americans screwed too.
And
It's a
Yeah.
Soros thing.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The open society sponsorships, and
Yep.
and also this also is a huge factor in keeping the real estate bubble maintained, because it crowds out the bottom of the market, and then there becomes a shortage. And then the other shocking number is if you look at the number of abortions in America since the 60s, that number is about 30 million.
Wow.
And I'm not sure everyone's position on abortion. That's not the discussion here. But it's just like, what is the tally? And it's 30 million. So if you think about a replacement number, it's nearly on par with the illegal number.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it only 30 million?
Yeah. And then, but globally, it's like 2 billion, which should terrify people.
Well, I don't know. I think everybody in my generation knows somebody who had an abortion or two.
Shit, I know girls, like on the surface, very good girls that have had them even.
Okay, so let's try this one on for size. Instead of globalist, how about people who believe in the pyramid scheme of Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid?
Right.
Because if Warren's girlfriend has 4 abortions, those are 4 people who will no longer pull from Social Security, and we simply replace those with 4 people who do not get Social Security to work and pay into the system. Isn't this a benefit? That we have people paying into the pyramid scheme without getting it back?
Well, that's the thing. The Democrats want to convert them into citizens, and then
now that's a real problem. I say keep them illegal. The spreadsheet says we need to pay for a pyramid scheme.
I hear you. It just Yes, so like the extreme is China.
Remember, 2 + 2 = 4 does not follow the rules. You know, no matter what laws men write, spreadsheets are still going to say what they're going to say.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is this is like China. So I think the number is like maybe one employee to pay for the retirement of people in China, a single person in China. It's really, really bad, and they can't afford it.
Right. The population dividend is going the other direction. And a
So
lot of
maybe it's cheaper to ask your friend, I speak for Science Anthony, and ask him to help take care of some of your old people problem.
You give them all COVID and kill them.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to say that out loud on a recorded podcast.
Well, I'm saying it out of disgust, so you can record that.
Why do we even need to have the social security system? It's a pyramid scheme, right?
but it creates a very predictable and controllable voting block.
Right.
And
which makes it worse.
And if you're in a ruling class, you want stability and you want the peasants
That's
to fight
right.
each other. And yeah.
But also we all paid into this.
Yeah.
I mean, we paid for all the old folks, and that the baby boomers were this wonderful source of revenues so that you could pay for all the old people. You didn't give the old people increases. You know, their increase was like a 1% with the fake inflation.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the boomers all come up, now we've got this giant bubble of old people that somebody has to pay for. It's like a micro of the China thing.
So how many people actually getting Social Security currently? What's the percentage of people?
Probably a third of the population.
Third of the population?
Yeah.
And it's not just older folks. That there's also like a disability category.
Right.
And a lot of that is fraud. Because I used to be a property manager, as you guys know, and then I did what's called tax credit housing, which is like the affordable housing stuff, and Section 8 projects. And a lot of that community, their skin color is a lot darker than mine, if you can read between the lines. But yes, they have social security benefits, and all you need is one shady social worker to make a recommendation to one shady doctor, and you get that paperwork, and then you get like a low 4-figure check for the rest of your life, starting in your 19, 20 years old, 21 years old. Yeah, it's a very common hustle.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to scam the US government, it's super easy. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Recipients, how do I find this? Social Security recipients. I think they doctored this Google search.
Yep. They don't want that out.
Yeah. So this old figure from last year, let's see. The number is, come on, where's the number? I don't care about cola. And the dog.
I read a lot of the formal printed media, and those figures I never see.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
66 million. 66 million.
So just think about this number. So if we have if you have 60 million illegals and then 66 million seniors, including the scams, that's 120 million people non-producing.
There's kids too.
No. Illegals are producing. They have.
What do they produce?
They have jobs at McDonald's or wherever.
Correct.
And then they're paying into Social Security to pay for the illegal, these people.
Oh, funny story. Well, not funny, but for migrant workers, especially in agriculture, a friend of a friend is an auditor for the IRS, and my friends told me that they've seen endless sheets of payroll data where there's a list of workers, and then the next column is their social security number, and what happens is it's the same one for pages of workers. And the reason this is allowed is these folks will never come back to claim this money, and the government will look the other way so long as there's money coming in. So yeah, it is a super shady game. It's like,
yeah, and anecdotally, a friend of mine who was on the board of a bank in California, his brother owned the bank. He said that his family had run a restaurant for as long as he'd been a child, forever and ever, in California, and all through the time they had multiple dishwashers that had the same name and same social security number.
correct. And if you guys ever notice if you guys ever order Uber Eats or DoorDash, and like the name and the face doesn't match the person on your your doorstep from like your Ring camera, it's because like there's like gig economy pimps that farm out their identity to these illegals with cars, and then that's why delivery rates are atrocious sometimes, because it's not who you think is actually delivering it. And that's why, like, in front of like apartment gates, like there's always like that weirdo that's running around trying to deliver something, and he can't even speak English, and you're like, why do you even work for DoorDash? It's because like they farm out this work.
I see.
Yeah, so
Wow.
and I kind of notice like a lot of Brazilians do this because they can't compete with the Mexicans. So they do, and they have a car, so they do food delivery. And I've seen this because I kind of know some Brazilians from martial arts and whatever.
I've seen some Indians too,
Yeah.
like especially in the San Jose area. They do a lot of the delivery.
Yeah.
So are they illegal?
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on what stage, right? If they overstayed, then they're illegal. But maybe in the beginning, they definitely weren't. What's the initial tourist visa? 90 days or 120? I forgot.
Don't know.
Normal
I
is
mean,
90
30 days, 60 days maybe.
Normal tourist is 90 days.
Something like that.
90 days. But
And
different countries though, different countries, you get different length of your stay for your visa. I don't think they're all the same.
No.
Yeah.
US the standard max vacation visa is 90 days.
With or without visa?
Well, nobody's supposed to come over without a visa. That's illegal.
No. In the old days, if you have American citizenship, you can travel to a lot of countries in Asia for like 90 days without visa.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like back in the 90s. Yeah, but I think that has changed now. You need to have visa to go no matter where you go. But in the old days, just being an American citizen, you can travel without visa.
Yeah. And this is why, like, if you go back to like Roman history, being a Roman citizen was a very coveted thing. You had you could walk from England in theory to like Jerusalem, and nobody would hassle you because you had the right paperwork.
Right.
And the U.S. empire has mirrored that quite well and then as we're fading, there's capital controls and population controls so that the tax livestock don't fly away to like Singapore and other places. Yeah. Cool. Okay, we gotta get through our article so we can get to our fun China news. Let's power through. Okay, we talked about the cash position. Jerome Powell's talking shit on the hot mic, looks like. That's exciting. I shared the article of there's an ACH transfer issue this week. So if you guys problems, that's what's up. The top shorted positions are Exxon, Tesla, and Sunrun. So I wanted us to take a gander at this. Let's load the charts and let's see what's cooking. So as we know, XLE and that family has been doing amazingly. But let's see. Exxon is
Wow.
version lately. And let's go to the analytics and see how they're doing. I don't see this happen. There's no shorts at the moment, looks like. I would say a put call ratio of 0.4 is optimistic. And there's
More
also
calls.
yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to keep our eyes on this. And then what's the other one?
Tesla.
Let's go to Tesla. It's down 6.24%. So yes, if you did short Tesla, you're happy at the moment.
Mhm.
And you know what? We know Tesla is a meme stock to a certain extent. So let's look at swaggy stocks right now. And let's see what the kids are trading on in the bathroom. All right, number one, Tesla. There you go. And as you can see, the red is more than the green. And we don't have to read the disgusting posts on Reddit, but we know that there's a lot of shit talking. So yeah, number two, Nvidia, AMC, the Qs, Disney, Apple, Corn, Rivian, Eli, Oil, Mara, SoFi, AI, Coin, Amazon, The Spice, Hong Kong, Shanghai,
Bank,
Strategy,
MicroStrategy, Wendy's,
Microsoft, Meta. Ooh, a lot of red. What is this?
supercomputer something.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, that's a silicon place.
Okay.
SMCI is a super
Supermicro.
supermic.
You're right.
Okay.
Supercomputer, yeah.
A San Jose.
No, it's just
Okay.
it's retail grade motherboards and stuff.
Oh.
Here, commercial grade motherboards and stuff versus Dell.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, Tesla is
Tesla.
red. So yeah, negative sentiment. Excellent. And the charts confirm. Let's see. The put
Sun, the other one, Sun.
yeah, let's look at Sun. Sun run. What's the Sun? Oh yeah, okay, run. Okay.
What is it?
And as we talked last week, we focused on a lot of EV and related solar, or just the green green tech is turning into red numbers quickly.
Yeah.
And this is no exception. Let's go to the analytics.
What does the company do?
Solar panels, Sunrun.
Just install.
Yeah, they're an installer.
Install and sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Not doing well. But the numbers seem optimistic. People are buying the dip, and they're gonna buy the dip into oblivion.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. And if you want to look at the overall sector, the ETF is TAN, T-A-N. Shout out to Mary Helen, who was our solar champion. I hope she exited the trade, but Mary Helen has very good rules, so I wouldn't worry too much. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so there's the top big three. And there's some other, like, we could look at short exposure and stuff in the future. And what did Flav say? J-Pal back now after he kicked out the climate protesters. Eli Lilly's obesity drug was approved yesterday.
Ah, gross.
Eli.
I want a drug to be less obese, not more obese.
Obesity drug.
You know, that can be an out-of-pocket thing, and then we can have pirate drug out of Mexico.
Yeah.
This
Cheaper.
Should not be on welfare and Medicare and everywhere else. The government should not be paying for fucking fat people drugs.
Yeah.
Or sex changes for felons either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, KS. Here's the article. And don't forget, we talked about the other drug. What is it? Starts with an O. The weight loss drug from Hollywood. What's it called again? Opto something.
Ozempic.
Ozempic. How do you say? Oh yeah, Ozempic. Ozempic.
No, it's OMPIC. OZEMP, I see, I believe.
Yeah, Ozempic. Yeah, it was for type 2 diabetes and has a yeah. So the generic is semaglutide. Yeah. There's definitely a black market for this, no question. Is Min still here? Oh no, he has another meeting. But yeah, he's a pharmacist. Would love to hear his perspective. All right, cool. More news articles. All right. What else is this? This is kind of a preview for our commercial real estate news, but NYC is having problems with a collapse of foot traffic of 33%. And a lot of the big employers have moved to Miami as well, especially the finance community. There's still a couple of trading desks still there, but it's not significant. Yeah. Let me drop this.
I think the foot traffic with money has dropped way more than 33%. I mean, the thugs are still on the street. They'll always be there, but
plus migrants. And they're all the major what is it entry point now is the Roosevelt Hotel in downtown.
Oh,
Yeah, if you I've watched some like
really?
clips. Yeah, it's crazy. Here's a cool chart I think you guys would like. It shows you foot traffic recovery rates, and number one is Vegas. It's actually exceeded the prior lows. So now El Paso, San Jose, Bakersfield, Oklahoma, blah blah blah. Let's look on the bottom side. Who's collapsing? Here's New York City. The worst one is St. Louis, Kentucky, Louisville, Minneapolis, Seattle,
Wow.
Columbus, Ohio, Portland, Oregon, Chicago, Raleigh, North Carolina, Houston, Cincinnati, Sacramento, Detroit, New York. And a couple of you guys know Don Lee, I think, as well. Don Lee works for Apex, which is a very large real estate developer, and they specialize in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they don't touch Houston with a 100-foot stick. And I always wondered about that. But yeah, this number is kind of indicative that that was the correct hypothesis.
Why is that? I thought Texas is growing.
Oh, Texas is, but it depends on the exact metro, right? So like the major ones are like Dallas, Fort Worth, and then Austin. And then Austin is kind of a very mixed bag. And then San Antonio is kind of not as great either. And then they're all similar in the sense that they're all in Texas. They have significant military presence, which is great for the economy, but also it spikes up crime a lot as well. And Houston has brutal crime stats, and it's more diverse racially than the other metros, which is kind of the problem. There's a couple of groups that are consistently creating havoc disproportionately to the rest of the population. Yeah.
Is San Francisco in here?
That's a great question. Let's see. Here's Los Angeles, San Diego, Oakland, Fresno, San Francisco, number 48, down 67%. No, sorry, with a minus. So it's down 33%.
Where's San Jose?
San Jose is amazing. Is the leader.
Really?
Yeah, number 3.
It doesn't have much of a
offer.
base to grow from.
Yeah, Bakersfield, Miami here, Tucson, what is this? Ontario? Phoenix, Wichita, Omaha, Nashville, Colorado, Quebec, Milwaukee, Vancouver. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is an interesting metric, right? Looking at foot traffic, like this should correlate to a certain extent with job growth and real estate prices.
So Las Vegas should be a good real estate, good for real estate.
Let's go to the data.
An economy,
yeah. Let's look at the Schiller
should grow.
Data. Okay.
No, it's going up, yeah. Dip a little bit.
So if we look at like the Bay Area, let's pull up Schiller, California. The data, Schiller, California real estate. The bottom is different. Okay, this is LA. I don't want LA, but let's pull up California. California. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Okay. The top for California was Q2 2022. The top for Vegas is later. It's June 2022, or at the tail end of Q2, I guess. So there might be a bit of a lag because yeah. But yeah,
What's it right now? Can you score a little bit?
it's not, it's bouncing, it's improving.
August. Okay.
So there's inflows. So what you're seeing here is there's more buyers than sellers, so it's bidding the price up.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And that's an index, not 100,000.
True. Okay, cool. But yeah, this is a good article. Did I paste it? Yep. Cool. Yeah, but this is a great breakdown. We should add this to let me add this to my master trading indicator list. So oops.
I'm surprised that San Jose is number 3.
I mean, we have a lot of job growth, relatively speaking, to the rest of the country.
Still in this area, yeah.
Let me see, master. Sorry, where's the? I'm trying to find it. Master trading dashboard. Okay, here we go. Foot traffic. Okay, cool. Where's the parent article? All right, let me paste this as well. Okay, cool. I don't think you guys can see this on my other screen. Let me just show it to you guys really quick. Okay, so the goal is to build a nice website of indicators. So let's scroll to the bottom. Oh, this is so unorganized. Maybe I shouldn't show it too much. But yeah, I would like to build some automation to look at like a couple of indicators that I really like. We talked about the put call ratio, the def, of course. But yeah, there's lots of little things that I think are cool. Like the canary in the coal mine for China's economy, the only one that you can kind of trust more than the GDP data was electricity consumption rates, because that paces the business cycle perfectly. And that came out of the 06 to 08 crash. So stuff like that. But yeah, I would like to build something with this at some point. Cool. Let's see. KS is asking, do you think the market has bottomed right now? Quick. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Sorry, keyboard decided to switch into Korean mode. 1 second. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, come on, load. Oh, come on, Swab. Talk to me. Okay. Has it bottomed? Doesn't look maybe. Yeah, not sure. Still got 90 minutes to go. We'll have to see. All right. Let's power to 32 minutes. Come on. Come on, computer. Oh, shoot. Evernote is crashing. Give me 1 second. Let me restart it really quick. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you, but your video is frozen.
Oh, okay. Why is Evernote not working? Not good. Okay. I'll leave Evernote turned off. Seems like I need to restart my computer or something. Fortunately, we have the PDF version, so this might save some RAM. Okay. All right. Where are we? Oh, okay. So we talked about New York City and foot traffic. Tyson found metal shards with its dino nuggets. Let's go to the charts. What is Tyson's ticker? TYSON. Tyson Foods. Here we go. Okay. Speaking of illegal immigrants, Tyson doesn't just employ illegals, they employ illegal children, which has been quite the scandal. And the feds still, gave a slap on the wrist and allowed them to continue. And it looks like they haven't been doing very well at all. Their most recent peak was what, 2022, the spring? Yeah, so kind of a potential bearish candidate here. Let's look at the analytics. Oh, it's so thinly traded, it doesn't really matter. But can it be traded at decent rates? Yeah, the bid-ask spread is okay. About nickel to a dime wide. Okay. All right, so that's Tyson, not doing well. What else?
Did you include the people getting lead poisoning from applesauce packets? I don't remember what company that was.
Wow, lead poisoning. Applesauce?
Yep.
Yes, I believe so.
Yep.
What? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is for kids. Holy cow.
Yeah, my grandkids eat that stuff like you wouldn't believe.
Uh-oh.
That's horrible. Who makes this?
Sounds like the grandkids may need a blood test.
Is China trying to push us all into being preppers?
Indirectly, yeah. Wow.
How did it get into from the plastic container, or
It's
how did it
apparently
get
from
in
the
there?
cinnamon used, I think.
Cinnamon?
I think it just said something about that on that webpage.
I mean, how did cinnamon has lead in it? Maybe it's the pouch that they put the applesauce in it.
So make your own applesauce. Oh,
Yeah, it's easy to make.
yeah. That's a shame. It's for children too. And China does this kind of bullshit all the time with fake food. But yeah.
And then we have turmeric in Bangladesh, which is colored with lead chromate.
Really?
Yep.
God, that's insane.
What?
That came out in the last week or so. Yeah, it's a common coloration additive to turmeric spice.
Holy cow.
What?
Well, most of like way more than half of the turmeric isn't even real turmeric.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, even more reason to put lead chromate in it to color it up.
Yeah.
What?
Horrible.
So we should not be taking turmeric.
No. You just can't trust third world countries that have a
Yeah.
profit incentive.
You need to eat more McDonald's.
What about the Indian cough medicine that was exported to Africa with ethylene glycol in it or something?
What
Oh,
the
yeah, I
heck?
think I read about that.
Whoa.
Cough syrup after what? So don't buy turmeric powder.
Just check the source. Like if this Bangladesh, just go to a different provider.
No, in the case of turmeric, you gotta go to a good source.
Mhm.
You can't just buy the kilogram from your local discounter.
So don't buy it from like an Indian market
look-
or something like that.
Look it up. Turmeric is one of those things. It'll show up in a search engine. Fake turmeric will probably show up. So that $13 one for a pound, that's definitely suspect.
Don't buy this. Maybe slightly, processed, cold pressed.
McCormick is probably safe.
Yeah.
And you're paying twice as much, I think. Not
Yeah.
even twice.
Like 15% more, 10% more. Yeah.
Oh, or maybe just get the turmeric root, the fresh one,
Oh yeah. If you can get the
the
root,
fresh root. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
It looks
sure
like
that that's
little
not cheap
stumpy
either.
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
This is what, $15 a pound for the real one or something, if I remember correctly.
yeah. It's kind of expensive, the fresh root, but it's well worth it.
And I think you can grow it too, right? If it looks like,
Yeah, it's like ginger, right?
yeah. It is time for winter vegetables if you guys do grow stuff. You know what? Let me look into this. This is kind of cool. I never thought about
Yeah,
it. Okay. Yeah.
I should grow it.
If anyone else has a green thumb, here's a good article. All right, cool.
Gardening, so okay.
All right. We learn all kinds of good stuff at this show. All right, next, we gotta fly through this. Gavin Newsom's doing a shadow presidential campaign, which is why he's doing bullshit press conferences with Xi Jinping in China, among other things. So yeah, no surprises there. All right, let's go to this. Since we've had a fun earnings season, there's some good data here coming out. So most of the firms have reported. We got another like fifth left, like Target next week and whatnot. So yeah, overall, U.S. sales beats are weakest in 4 years. So very optimistic. For now, consumer and corporates still have access to credit, but it's getting harder and more expensive. Once that dries out, we would see more pain. That's what she said. Demand worries plague U.S. and European earnings. Weak demand has already hit second highest mentions on record. And as we saw in the other Target article, the words, what was the phrase? Weak demand or the equivalent was repeated ad nauseum.
Oh, yeah.
No surprises there. All right. Oh yeah, here's a good quote too. Corporate America is delivering the bleakest sales reports in 4 years this earnings season. A sign that weakening consumer demand is limiting companies' ability to raise prices further. Translation: the market will go up.
Well, no, that's the end of inflation in theory.
And
You
then,
tighten the market, people can't possibly buy because they can't pay for the interest rate,
yeah,
and they're no longer creditworthy. The car thing, that's actually cool.
yeah. And I know we love autos here, and our auto expert is not here. That's okay. And let's go to the Mannheim data. I think this is out of the Chicago School of Business. But anyway, the average used car index. Let's see. Let's make this a little bigger. Here we go. So it peaked in January 2021 and has collapsed back to, I guess, 2020 levels. And there could be more room to fall. Okay. And let's see. So here's a repeat of that. You got some nice Fibonacci overlays here. And it is
Looks like a
pacing-
nice head and shoulders pattern too.
Exactly. And it's pacing it very nicely. So we could see it go down to this 180 level pretty soon. And then bottom out here. What else can we glean from this? So here's that chart again. Here's the drawdown numbers. Very interesting. Bank rates, 60-month used car national average. Oh, the bank rate. Oh, holy cow. The average APR. Wow. So 7.32% for a 5-year loan. That's crazy. And I saw data that I think we've all heard about it. The average new car loan is $1,000. That's significant in this day and age. Holy cow. Okay. Very optimistic news, as you can see, and the market will continue to go up as a response. All right. Disney's having some problems, but it has, in the short term, has improved a bit. I think Disney parks are having significant issues, but it looks like their streaming business is a little bit somewhat stable-ish. But let's go to the charts and see how the public is dealing with it. Disney. So this is, let's see, Live News says Disney stock blasts towards the best day in almost 3 years. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It had a recent gap up, but will this be sustained? We'll see. In terms of momentum, it is well under the zero line, even though it's improved, but it's still under. And from the analytics, should be fairly optimistic. Not really. I would not call this an optimistic number, 0.55. Yeah, I'd say that is a slightly neutral, mildly bearish even. So yeah, we'll see if this will be sustained or not. That's not the most.
I saw a rather amusing article about how people at the Disney theme parks are often crapping while they're standing in line.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
What's the right search term? Poop? Crapping?
Yeah, probably Disney theme park pooping or something.
There you go.
That's disgusting.
Thank you to our Oregon correspondent here. You gotta go. You gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
They must be from San Francisco. Order Chinese tourists.
What?
Oh, you haven't seen the photos, Wani?
No, what is it?
Oh God,
China
Chinese
tourism.
tourists
Oh
are
my God.
horrible. They're horrible, especially the poor ones. To be a total class elitist. Adults will poop, and it's really about the kids. Like they're seeing like all these kind of variants of like grandmas holding like little babies and like
Where? But not in China, right?
In China, this is common. And then when these poor people travel, it's common. Like Thailand is a very popular close international destination, and it's like there's a lot of complaints from like Thai people too that see this kind of thing.
Oh, really?
You haven't seen this?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's the shit, you know? Okay. Yes. Yes. Perfect segue
They
out
should
of
make like a portable toilet. They should market like some portable something for people. Portable toilet of some kind.
Those are known as diapers, aren't they?
I mean, like doggy bags.
Yeah.
Human size.
Someone has to invent something. It'll be a
right.
big market for the Chinese people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, speaking of poop, let's fast forward to commercial real estate with a local flavor. The most iconic Market Street McDonald's is now closed.
Oh.
So this is on.
I used to go there.
Sorry, what was that, Dave?
I used to go there. My uncle took me there like
Oh, okay.
1970 probably first time.
1970.
Yeah, 30 years
I'm
plus.
old.
Yeah, it's over. So yeah, it is imploding. Let's go to the next article. Google has reneged on its commitment to build 15,000 new homes in San Francisco, yet another blow to the city. Yeah. Sorry, $15 billion investment in Santa Clara County. Wait, why did it say San Francisco? So
Yeah, it looks like Santa Clara.
okay, yeah. So there's okay. So it looks like
they
they're
swapped
leaving.
the city.
Yeah, they're leaving San Francisco County for Santa Clara County. There you go. Okay, that's the editor should clean it up a little bit. So yeah, so this build will be spread out. The Downtown West project will be set to be in San Jose, 4,000 affordable housing units, plus office space for 20,000 workers, a 300-room hotel, and 10 parks. And San Francisco gets nothing. Yep. All right. And then here's the urban revival. So some geniuses thought converting offices to apartment complexes would work out, and that's not having a good time. It's in the chat as well. So in 2002, less than 1% of apartments built via new construction were created via office conversions. So that's not working very well. Let's see. They estimated 400,000 apartments in 2023. Actual was 1,290. That's a huge shortfall. No surprises there. And here's a key takeaway. There's no sign of recovery in the office market. So we should talk about REITs maybe next time. We're a little bit out of time. Let's fast forward. Okay. But yeah, remind me here. I'll make a note. I'll talk about REITs, regional REITs next week, and give you a property manager's perspective to that. And I've got a chance to DJ at a couple of the local REITs for their holiday parties, and it's kind of interesting just to see the live report in holiday speech format from the CEO. All right. And our favorite commercial real estate sucker, WeWork, is having a crisis in New York City. And if you don't know how WeWork does their businesses, it's insane. It's Regis 2.0, if you're kind of familiar with that debacle in the early 2000s. But basically, they lease prime real estate in downtown regions at 15-year or longer terms, and then they rent it out to broke hustlers 1 month at a time. How does this business model work? It doesn't. And that's why it's financed by dumb Koreans in Japan. So yes.
Maybe they should change the name of the company to We Don't Work.
There you go. We broke.
We broke.
There you go.
It went bankrupt, right? They declare bankruptcy.
Kinda. Yeah, it's all manners of hell. And the WeWork CEO is a known idiot and druggie. I don't like what's his name? Adam or whatever. Yeah,
That's
Adam.
the ex-CEO.
Ex-CEO, yeah.
But he's got a new gig now.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Look it up.
It's some kind of education.
Sending snail mail to CBF. Sorry, SBF. What's he doing? Flow carbon.
You're not gonna find it. You're not gonna find it in Wikipedia. You need to do Google search.
He's selling carbon. He's tokenized carbon credits. That's not shady or corrupt at all.
Oh God.
No, that's an old one, I think. I don't know. He's trying anything.
Yeah. Okay, we don't have time to worry about this debacle. We'll come back to this later. All right. Into the IOU component of our news. Interest on U.S. debt is above 1 trillion. So that's horrible.
And 370 in 2019. It's completely out of control.
Yeah. And then get your anti-inflationary strategies in order. Okay, Crypto, there's been Ethereum is spiking, and the ETF is potentially imminent, so we'll see how that shakes up. Let's fast forward a little bit. The sugar market has exploded. It has a nice chart. What else? India had a large data breach. So world's most prosperous stock market is having some problems, or region at least. What else? I thought this was kind of a cool little point I pulled out. If you guys know about this economist, his name is something Armstrong. This is a kind of a cool article. But anyway, I thought the key takeaway was GDP in Europe. That was kind of interesting. So basically, Italy may have a lower GDP than Germany, but the average Italian has a higher net worth than the average German. The average Italian has a household net of 295K. In contrast, the average German household is worth 304K. Yet Italy has half the GDP of Germany, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So maybe Italy is doing that well because of the mafia extorting people and so forth.
Yeah. The Camorra, the Sicilians, yeah. What else? Tractor sales in South America are not doing great. And oh, sorry, this is Italian, sorry. So where did South America mention come from? Oh, declining sales, yes, in South America and across Europe. South America demand has down 16%. And this is significant because in the BRICS community, Brazil is slated to be a billion population country as well. So they will be a significant driver in the future. And yeah, they're having some problems among Argentina and the other cousins there. Okay, cool. Korea has banned short selling until late next year. And that's very disastrous. So obviously they know something. And it's also an election year in Europe as well. Sorry, not Europe, in Korea as well. So that's part of it. And President Moon is on his way to the US soil for the APEC meeting. We'll talk about that in just a second. This is a fun article about North Korean defectors if you guys want to take a look at that. All right, China stuff. Let's get through the articles and then we'll talk about APEC. And I'll tell you a personal anecdote here. Okay, cool. China's having all kinds of shenanigans. The #1 appliance manufacturer closed. This is not it, but this is a sort of a different industry, but also having problems. And we talked about before, any Chinese corporation is effectively state-owned, and they have to really cook the books, and they cook it in 3 formats. There's the real financials, and then there's the one they feed to Beijing, and then if they're trading in U.S. markets, then there's the one that they feed to the dumb Americans. So at least 3 sets of books. Okay, we don't have time to go over this, but okay. What else is happening? Li Keqiang's replacement is going to, he's the guy that got assassinated 2 weeks ago. He's about to meet with Yellen, so we'll see how that shakes up. And then briefly pivoting to news, or gold news as well, is the Chinese have pulled out of the London-based LMBA gold price auctions. And the long story short is this is a paper contract market, and they said fuck you guys and bounced, and they prefer to use the other exchanges that are settled in actual physical gold instead. And I forgot what the name of that exchange was, but we're running out of time. So
LME.
Yeah. So
London Metals Exchange.
Yeah. Okay, and then some more intel is coming out of what's happening with the Rocket Force purge that's been kind of rampant. So it's a revolving door for the most elite group of the military arm, and this is very disturbing. So on many factors, but the main reason it turns out is high command from the rocket force keeps telling Beijing, we can't attack Taiwan. And Beijing is displeased that the military is not aligned with party interests, and then heads are literally rolling. And but all of the military leadership is trying to explain to Xi Jinping, like, here's the logistics. We cannot take the island. And with an amphibious assault, you can only take Taiwan in March or October. End of story. The Mongolians tried to ignore the typhoon season, and they had 2 armadas drown on the way to Japan. I think they took what's the other island on the north side or the south north side? Tashima or something? That's the only small island they took, but they lost like 2 giant fleets. And yeah, the Asian tides are important. FDI is a disaster in China, as you guys know. It is officially it's gone under the 0 line currently. And also pivoting to semiconductor news, China is still a world's China cannot really catch up with the West. Like, they don't have the sort of the skilled labor force, the equipment, or the maintenance/service contracts to take care of their equipment. So it's going to be complicated. Okay, let's pivot to APEC news. So the APEC summit is pretty serious. All right, let's go here. All right, so let me back up a little bit. Let me drop this link in the chat. What is APEC? APEC is the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation group, and who's attending again? Like half the world is attending. So let me go to this. All right, so it's taking over San Francisco. Why they picked San Francisco, I have no idea, but it is literally going to be a shitstorm. So a lot of folks are represented here, obviously. Key players are mainly China, Korea, Japan, Australia, so and the US.
Send short-term funding to the criminals.
Yeah.
There's going to be big returns to steal things.
Yeah. Did you guys see this? They're calling Taiwan as Chinese Taipei. WTF.
Wow.
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 Okay. Obviously you see who's pulling the strings here. But anyway, let me go to the speaker roster. It is, or where it's on the bottom, I think. Okay. Here is the honorary host committee. The usual suspects, Dianne Feinstein in memoriam here, blah, blah, blah. All right, the real person I want to talk about is Fiona Ma. I know this bitch. She's been to my house. She's ate my grandmother's food. She was a nobody. Like whatchamacallit, she was like a replacement board of supervisor for San Francisco, and she's now fucking state treasurer, which fucking shocks me because like I know the scams that she's involved in. So she's a close friend of my aunt's, which is not a good sign. And I haven't seen her in like a decade and a half. But back then when she was a board of supervisor, she was also adjacent to a bunch of other scams, namely the triads, like the Chinese mafia. And I know because she knows Shrimp Boy, Leland Lee, like all those dirty politicians back then who were trading guns and rockets under the table while publicly, talking about gun control and blah, blah, blah. And she also is close to the Asian pageant circuits. So like the Miss Asia America, Miss Chinatown. She introduced me to that year's winner of the Miss Asia America, and she was like a gorgeous chick. And my aunt, I think, is like due to like her connections to Wuhan, Macau, and Beijing, and Shanghai as well. Like my aunt is probably like some type of a handler for Chinese assets. And this is why this era, if you kind of remember, there's the Eric Saldwell mistress. Wasn't her name Fang Fang or something? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, Fang Fang.
And this is more than real. So, and where was Fang Fang based out of? Someone scrubbed the results here, but Where was Fang Fang based out of? Fremont, California. And where was my aunt based out of?
Mhm.
Fremont, California. There is no way that she does not know my aunt. And I had left the family by the time this person had entered. But it's kind of crazy to read these headlines, and it's current events, but to me, like, my family's involved, which is shocking. I cannot explain like how this feels, like the utter dismay and horror. But yeah, let's also go back to the APEC website really quick. And then also let me run through the other players involved. East West Bank. This is like in Chinese circles, like we know this is a very corrupt bank, and he's involved. Dianne Feinstein is also a compromised Chinese asset. Her driver and chauffeur was a known Chinese spy that got turned over 2 decades ago. And then Pelosi is also in bed with China and Taiwan. She's playing all sides. So we know that. Like, her son is involved deeply with TSM dealings, which shouldn't be the case, but it is. So there's a lot of weird things happening. So like I can't believe this like this person is at this position, and she's climbed up the political ladder like Kamala Harris, which is on her knees. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but
Yeah.
Wow.
And like she's actually quite pretty. But she's getting older now. But yeah, she's a CPA. She comes from a political dynasty somewhat. Like, her parents were mayors back in China in the old days.
Mm.
So yeah, like I know these fools. Like, it is insane. So that's why, like, I'm still, very bullish on my China shorts and all that good stuff. So yeah. So that's all I got. This is Chinese large caps, FXI. It's still trading sideways. So I'm not sure when the chickens will come home to roost, but it's coming soon. And here's Alibaba, the sector leader. Cool. Questions, comments?
No, good job.
All right, at 12 sharp, for no less. And let's go back to the market. Let's see how the market's reacting. And wow, we have blown through our bottom, and it is still on fire. Is the Q&A over? I imagine it is, right? Was it 3 p.m. New York time now? 43.60. Yeah, ouch. How many points is that off from opening? 4410. 50 points. What was the expected move for today?
oh,
10. Holy
much.
cow. That's
But you made a big deal out of it. 20 points is an average day. Same thing as Dow 200 is a normal day.
I know.
Yeah, but the volume today has been greater than the last 3 days. Big time.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
At 10 sharp.
So that's 50 points is a big day.
Yeah, but the market has been on a uptick for the past 9 days. So
Yeah.
Yeah. The bottom on a daily is much still.
It's just profit taking. That's
lower.
all, right? I mean, 9 straight. Look at the days. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
8 days straight
Yeah.
up. Straight up. It's like the longest in many years.
Yeah.
So it's just profit taking.
So the local bottom is 41.20 approximately.
41.20.
Yeah, at the end of October, last week of October.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're a long ways away from the bottom. Let's not focus on today.
Yeah.
See you, Kurt.
Probably pull back to, if it pulls back, maybe 4,200 area again. Whatever that moving average.
And meanwhile, let me do a quick commercial for our next upcoming meeting. The
18
not here yet. Yeah, I forgot what the topic was. Kurt has left now. We can talk about it next week. I forgot. Yeah, I have to check my email.
Who's Mike?
I'm not familiar with his work. Let me see if we can find out who he is.
That's
I don't know that. Okay.
Okay.
More information needed. All right. Oh, my chicken stuff. Sorry. I make crispy chicken. But yeah, that's all I had for you guys. What earnings plays are remaining for today? Let's put the earnings whispers. What is cooking after market close? Let's see. Okay, this is close. Yeah, after close. All right, we got Trading Desk Unity 2020's flying IPO. We got Wynn Resorts and let's see. ACB. Oh, we haven't talked about
the cannabis.
This company sucks. It is a known loser.
Yeah.
You can short this blindly and with full confidence as well. This is a total loser's play. I mean, it's 46 cents. All right, we can't trade this anymore. But I shorted this like crazy. It was high-flying at $100, and the reason cannabis doesn't work at a national level is from a federal perspective, it's still a Class A substance, and it is impossible to get reliable banking services. No one will underwrite your operations. It's very difficult. So, from talking to my cannabis friends, cannabis success is very region specific. So, talking about like what's the famous zones? Humboldt County is the big daddy of cannabis production, and it's expanded beyond that. But yeah, and then the illegal market is huge in response to this. So that's why where's the number one growth site for cannabis for the illegal sites? National forests. And why and then if you look at national forest data, how come no one publishes missing person data and murders and deaths? You cannot find information anywhere. It's impossible. The reason for that is the government is in cahoots with these cartels that are growing weed on national forest land. And if you know the CIA's history with cocaine and moving it themselves, it's kind of like this is the same day, different story with a cheaper product.
Wow.
So be careful when you if you go to a national forest and then you see weed, just turn around and walk away, because there's motion detectors, there's dogs, there's cameras, and there's armed gunmen. So if you ever see weed plants, just fucking turn around and walk
So
down.
if you see hoses or fertilizer bags, it's more than that. You'll see it long before you see the weed.
Right, and there's also meth production and all kinds of scandalous things. And like if you see illicit things in the forest or like a national park, like you're very close to death. Like just
really. What national forest in this area? Is anywhere near us?
Yosemite.
Yosemite? Yeah.
Well, there's national forest above me, but I don't think that they're growing there.
It depends. Like there's like in what you call it in Humboldt, there's something called like Dead Man's Mountain or something. It's where they all the bodies from
really
for people who challenge the cannabis industry, or I forgot what it's called. Dead Man's Mountain. Yeah, here we go. I think this is it.
Dead Man Pass.
Or something else. But yeah, like Humboldt has its own underground community and blah blah blah. And there's
so who's growing it? Who's growing it? The state? Who?
That's legal cannabis, which is state regulated, but the illegal market is massive. Like there's a
right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean everyone grows it. I mean the Mexicans, the Chinese, everyone really.
Wow.
I'll have to check this out, Flav. Yeah. I haven't seen this before. What is this? Oh, it's Steve Ballmer. I love this company.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's great.
Around
Funny.
2000.
Yeah. 9 years old. Yeah.
That's funny.
There's Steve Ballmer. What does he even look like? I imagine he's like de-evolved into like a troll. Is this a recent photo? What is this?
He just looked frowned.
He literally looks like a penis. Uh,
He looks like a comedian.
yeah, look, this is the classic narcissistic mug plus like super asshole eyebrows. Like,
You know, I'm
what
I don't think
what's he up to these
I
days?
saw a picture that he looks like an asshole. This is not an asshole. This is just
Yeah,
an old rich guy who got fat.
yeah. What's his name? Wozniak is in the hospital.
Oh,
He was.
Steve Wozniak.
In Mexico, supposedly.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Hope he gets better. Woz is cool. I met him once playing Segway Polo. He used to play at this one park in Cupertino. Cool guy. Whatchamacallit? Speaking of World Business Forums, the Canton Expo is China's largest I guess international like business conference. What's the equivalent? Like CES for China, basically. And it was a disaster this year. Registered booths had like zero business, and like exhibitors were just crying. It was horrible. This is fake news, but yeah, it was a disaster. So that just happened.
Nobody wants to travel to China. That's obvious.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
they
destroyed their tourist industry, their business travel.
Yeah, and then the hypocrisy is just legendary. Like Chinese fishing vessels are fishing in Japan and still talking shit about the Japanese. It's just like the hypocrisy is just nuts. I cannot like I don't know.
Well, I think Greenpeace should go after these people. The Chinese are just fishing the oceans out. If you want to complain about a green problem, CO2 and destroying the earth, it's taking all the fish out of the ocean is destroying the earth.
Yeah, but it's okay if the Chinese the Chinese are doing it though, because they paid off the right folks.
Well, that's where Greenpeace needs to come in and start shooting torpedoes at them so that they behave.
Yeah. Eco-terrorism. Yeah, so we got some fun earnings. What else was there? I forgot. Trade desk. Let's see what else. Blink charging. That's probably part of the EV disaster. What else? I don't see a lot of high flyers. Wait, is this what? Wait, is this Black Rifle Coffee? They went public? When the hell did this happen? What?
Wow.
Which one? What was that?
This
Black
started
Rifle?
off as this started off as a veteran-owned coffee company that got really famous, and then a major military influencer joined their company. His name is Matt Best. And then they did really well, but then they caught heat for donating money to Black Lives Matter, and which pissed off a lot of conservatives. And then they defended themselves pretty badly and lost even more people. And somehow they went IPO, which concerns me.
It's a coffee shop.
Yeah, it's a veteran-owned.
Never
It's a
seen it.
coffee bean mail order place. They used to fund podcasts, a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not a
There
never.
coffee shop. They sell it via mail.
Oh, they sell
Yeah.
it through the mail, like okay, online.
Yeah. And this is the basically the second in command guy. He's the influencer that joined these guys. This guy was he's really big on social media for like funny military videos with and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was an Army Ranger and he did a really good job, but uh selling out for money is better. Yeah, that's Matt Best here. I used to watch his stuff. He loves girls with fake tits, which was always a red flag in my book. Like I love boobs too, but like
Girls with
he brags about buying implants for his girls. I'm like, why don't you keep that to yourself? But yeah. So yeah, that's all we got. And how's the market doing now? Oh, it's even more red. Okay. Kind of. Okay. Oh, since we haven't looked at it, let's look at the gold and silver premiums really quick. Go to our friends at SD Bullion and pull those figures up. I'm actually looking at some platinum because this charts keep screaming at me to buy some. Okay. Gold, 1959. God, I should when it hit like 1800, I should have like bet the farm on it. That it would rip up. But I'm not that smart. Okay, 2029 minus 1959 for spot divided by spot is 3.5%. So premiums or the dealer's markup in their profit is only 3.6%. Still very affordable, relatively speaking, in this post-COVID environment. So inventories are ample. And if we go to the silver market, we've seen this rate jump all over the place. And let's break up the calculator again. What's the number? Spot right now is 2262. All right, 2469 minus 2262 divided by 2262. So this market, okay, this has gone up. It was 8% last week, if you guys, or 2 weeks ago, if you recall. Now it's 9.2%. All right, so yeah, silver's getting a little bit more expensive. And the gold silver ratio is back up to 87. So let's go to a bigger chart and see where that is. Okay, here, 1 year silver chart. All right. So effectively, this is telling you that 1 ounce of gold will trade for about 87 ounces of silver. So silver's cheap and getting cheaper, relatively speaking. During COVID, it got to as high as 120, but premiums exploded. And I sold all my gold at the 100 mark because I thought 100 to 1 was as good as it's going to get. But then it blew up to 120. But then premium actually skyrocketed as well. So I probably got the best trade possible at the time and just lucked out. But yeah, it stayed relatively stable in the 80s since then. Cool. And yeah, China is still the largest producer, refiner, and well, not refiner, but largest producer, consumer, and buyer of gold.
You don't think refiner?
Refining, they don't do a good job because
Oh, so you're saying it's not pure enough, or it's dirty?
Well, they can't be trusted to refine their own
Yeah,
product
dirty,
correctly.
that's what I was thinking.
And also, even Robert Kiyosaki, he had a gold mine in China, and once he had sustained production, the Chinese stole it. They nationalized it on his behalf.
Wow.
He's talked about in one of his books.
Again, you know, big word there, stole. If you know, I mean, if you caught Mike Tyson, no, they did not steal it. That is acting like they violated a contract. It's like For
No,
instance,
they did. They
no,
did.
they did
The
not.
football-
No, they did not. Listen carefully. If I get in the ring with Mike Tyson and he bites off my ear, who's the idiot? Me? Yes. Kiyosaki knew what he was signing up for. I stick my head in the mouth of a lion. Does the lion steal my head? No, the lion does not violate a contract. The lion is known to bite off the heads of people who stick their mouths in it. So if you go get a gold mine in China, they didn't steal it. They took ownership. It was theirs the entire time.
Actually, that even any real estate, because they have a maximum.
Yes, Kiyosaki is an idiot if he didn't think that.
Yeah. I agree.
Nothing was stolen. It was the operations were just changed. The cash flow was changed.
Well, he got screwed.
No, he didn't get screwed.
Okay.
That's
He
like
lost a lot of money all at once.
That's like saying those magicians in Vegas that got eaten by their tiger got screwed. No, the tigers do that.
Okay.
There's no screwing going on. This is nature.
True.
Fair points. Fair points. Fair points.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
if Kiyosaki wants to use any victim words, the only thing he is saying is, comma, therefore I'm an idiot.
Okay. I can accept that.
Yeah.
All right, let me stop the recording here.